Hello everyone, we are from Group 7 AHP2503 Swine Production. Today we'll be talking about swill feeding. So, what exactly is swill feeding? These are food scraps or food waste that contains or has come into contact with meat or meat products. These meat which are raw, cooked or processed, bone, blood, offal or hide derived from a mammal, as well as anything that has come into contact with this material are all prohibited pig feed. It is illegal in all Australian states and territories to feed swill to pigs or to allow pigs access to swill. Allowing or directing another person to feed swill to pigs or have access to swill is an example of this. Have a look on these images. As you can see, these activities are known as swill feeding. What materials are considered as swill? These are meat, bone, blood, offal or hide, meat pies, sausage rolls, bacon and cheese rolls, pizza, deli meat, table scraps, household, commercial or industrial food waste, anything that has been in contact with swill via collection, storage or transport in contaminated containers. Let's take a quick dive into swill feeding history. So, pigs are the world's oldest recyclers of food waste. Swill feeding is based on cooking food wastes given to pigs, which is popularly referred to as swill. It is a historic recycling method that converts unwanted leftovers into high-quality meat. While swill is still utilized in small-scale pig production throughout most of the world, its usage is contentious in some nations, and acceptability and regulation vary greatly throughout the globe. You might be wondering, how can feeding the pigs food waste cause a disease outbreak? Or how it endangers livestock and possibly costing our livestock industries a fortune. Foreign livestock become infected with serious diseases which are not found in Australia. Infected livestock are processed into meat products overseas. The contaminated meat may be illegally inadvertently introduced into countries. Contaminated food or food waste is fed to pigs, causing them to become infected. There are a few advantages of swill feeding. Swill costs half as much as grain-based feed. Soybean and grain-based feed replaced with swill, which will reduce demand for land and greenhouse gas effective gases. There will be an enhancement of taste and smell by flavorings help to improve feed palatability and consequently feed intake. The disadvantages of swill feeding. Foods that contain meat or meat products or that have had contact with meat or meat products may contain viruses that can cause severe disease in pigs, as well as providing an entry point to infect other livestock. Many viruses can survive for extended periods in meat and meat products. Swill can contain viruses that cause diseases such as foot and mouth disease, African swine fever virus, and Orjan-Skis disease. The recent spread of African swine fever throughout Europe, Russia, and parts of Asia is believed to have been caused by pigs accessing food waste. There would be unregulated food requirements, therefore causing malnutrition among the swine population. The food supply demand of each animal is difficult to predict, since the dry matter in swill feed is not easy to calculate. Swill-borne diseases: African swine fever, foot and mouth disease, classical swine fever. Steps to make sure food waste is safe to feed. The food waste contains no meat and has had no exposure with meat. Meat-free waste can be fed to pigs without further treatment. If the food waste contains or has come into contact with meat, it has to be processed before being fed to the pigs. The treatment process is heating the food waste to kill any disease-causing pathogens. Disease outbreaks. In the United Kingdom, foot and mouth disease epidemics have occurred as a result of its practice in other countries, notably the devastating pandemic in the United Kingdom in 2001. It is unlawful to feed some food waste to pigs since they have been classified as prohibited substances. In 2001, swill feeding at a pig farm caused an outbreak of FMD in the United Kingdom, Ireland, France, and the Netherlands. Kenya, a new epidemic of African swine fever has been detected on a pig farm in central Kenya as a result of swill feeding. A farm in Kiamumbi was hit by the epidemic. There were 52 incidents out of 180 susceptible pigs. All 52 ASF-positive pigs perished, and the farm's remaining 128 pigs were slaughtered as a precaution. The animals infected were kept in a confined environment and fed swill, which is considered to be the source of the outbreak. In conclusion, if you feed food waste to pigs or supply food waste to be fed to pigs, you must meet certain requirements to reduce the risk of spreading unwanted diseases. To reduce this risk, the community must meet certain requirements if you supply food waste to feeding to pigs. This includes pig owners and farmers, food manufacturers, food service operators, butchers and food retailers, and on hospitals, schools and households.